Hi folks, today I just want to talk a little bit about how you can make your programs run faster without actually changing the code. Students usually don't realize this, but there are a lot of things that the compiler can do for you to make your code run faster. This is things like unrolling loops or inlining functions or just looking at memory accesses and trying to figure out that certain values are always going to be a particular thing. Basically, the compiler finds shortcuts that allows you to produce a binary that runs much faster. So let me show you how you do this. With Clang or GCC, this is done with a -O option. You basically put -O and a number, and the number is the level of optimization. So -O0 tells the compiler, I don't want any optimizations. -O3 says use all the optimizations, and you can look at the actual documentation for the compilers to get the different levels and what's included and what's not. So let's look at a quick example. So I got a program here and I'm compiling it under different optimization levels. I'm also compiling it with or without volatile variables. And the reason I do this is that certain optimizations will work differently if a variable is volatile or if it's not. And so, yeah, so I just want to illustrate this. So I compile it. Okay, everything compiles fine. So when I run these programs, first of all, you'll see that the volatile variable version of the program, I get significant improvements when I go from level 0 to level 1 and then to level 2. Level 2 and 3 basically are showing up about the same. Now when I try it without using volatile variables, the compiler is actually able to figure out, because this is a really simple program, the compiler is able to figure out that it can pre-compute most all the computation without actually running it in my program. And so you can see that the runtimes are ridiculously fast. Now this isn't going to happen for every program, but I just want to show it here. This is an example of where you get a dramatic improvement just using compiler optimizations. Now, there is a downside to using compiler optimizations, and that downside is that it can make your programs hard to debug. So you'll notice that when I run GDB on the version without optimizations, I can see all my variables, I can step through, and I can figure out what's going on. When optimizations are turned on, because it pre-computes so much of this, I step through and it pretty much takes me immediately to the statement that's going to print out the result because it's pre-computed the result. And so if I have a bug in my program and I'm actually trying to track down that bug, this is going to be a difficult situation. I'm not going to be able to see what's going on. And so I strongly recommend that when you're developing, that you start with optimizations turned off while you're debugging. Once you are confident that you have robust tested code that's going to work when you run it, then by all means turn on optimizations. Now, the other thing I'll just point out is that you want to test these because optimizations, usually you get faster as you go up in level, but not always. I've had examples where optimization level 1 was faster than level 2 and so on. So you just want to be a little careful there and actually test to make sure that your particular computation is getting faster when you apply optimizations. You also want to be careful. So if you look at the documentation, there are some optimization levels, like there's one -O fast, which tries to go even farther than optimization level 3 and will actually do some things that are not quite standards compliant. I don't recommend going this route just because it can cause your program to actually misbehave in ways that you may not expect. So when in doubt, optimization level 2 is a really good default because it's used by a lot of projects, including the Linux kernel. And so, yeah, so that's one. If you're going to go with one, old reliable would be level 2. Okay, so anyway, yeah, that's all I have for optimizations. Now you know how to optimize your code, make your code faster without actually changing the code at all. And I hope this is useful. If you like these videos, please let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever. But yeah, let me know and I'll keep making them. Have a good day. Bye.